Kog'Maw. Now suddenly this Baron take doesn't look too healthy. And now Erebus is leading the charge once again, dropping those Bio-Arcane barrages on top of Charu, keeping his eyes marked out. This echo could be absolutely massive. They find the engage.
Assault and battery.
Kog'Maw in the back line. So much damage from Erebus, though. He refuses to fall until the last moment, and now PJ on top of Once Week. I think Charu is going to be the only one to get out of there
Also
alive.
thriving. Huge EQ. Going to be able to get so much damage off. Yes, the Renata ult hits so many, but Build the Pony getting dragged into the Death Realm has not had the gold to pay the Mordekaiser tax, and Erebus and they get immediately taken down by the souped up bacon pancakes. And this Mordekaiser refuses to die.
In the center. Oh, there's the ADC going down. Hold on, they haven't traded. Erebus is still alive. It's going to be on him to carry this fight back right now. Great flash from Tear Llama, but he just goes into the enemy team. Erebus kiting backwards, trying to get away from Chairman Meow. He's going to be comfortable right here, but there's Once Week powering up that fly, but they cannot catch the Kog'Maw. He's able to keep himself alive right now. It is PJ Salt versus Charu. And it's just going to be a 4 on the Cataclysm, but they are going to find their way onto Erebus. He's going to go down.
No bailout.
In the background, but now Pure Llama has joined the fight, but is it a little bit too late? PJ Salt and Bacon Pancakes going at each other. Currently in the Zhonya's. Turtle of Doom is still sitting on the side. PJ will be the last to fall, and Team Wet is going to run this one to the Nexus.
Hello everybody and welcome back to FOF Esports. We're here with Game 2, Pentakill Teemo Please versus Art of War Esports. I'm Ultravox and I'm joined here by Raptor. And Rap, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good. It's so great to be back on the casting desk after the long break between seasons.
Yeah, I kind of missed this while it was gone, you know, it was a real hole in my heart that nothing else could really fill.
I know, I feel it. The other day I tried to cast a Rocket League tournament and there's just like, it's not the same. It's not the same as FOF.
That's not it. Dude hits a ball, they're hitting the ball again. Whoa, they're flying. Yeah, just as boring as this Sivir first pick right here. God, am I sick of seeing this.
But we do have a Callista Renata. I mean, that's okay. At least interesting. That's a little interesting of a group. I like that combo. It's very good.
Hell yeah. Barely seen Callista in FOF, and I think she's a very fun character to watch.
Yeah, it's also really nice, you know, with Renata, like you think, oh, this is just an enchanter, no big deal. And I mean, a lot of people have started seeing this lately, but you pick Callista Renata, you just take Renata, you chuck her at your enemies, and then as soon as she lands, she ults. It gives her the time for that to land and hit them again. It's just a long chain of CC, and you know, another boring pick on the other side a little bit with the Nautilus, but you know, I am expecting some exciting hits out of Sandara coming today.
Yeah, no, I think Nautilus can be exciting. You know, he gets to roam around the map, make some things happen in the other lanes. I want to see if Sandara is able to kind of exert that mobility he's allowed in the early game and make that work, teaming up with, of course, the Fiddlesticks that has just been selected for Ganondorfs. I like that character, too.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited to see it Fiddlesticks. We don't see this much in FOF, or as much as I'd like to see it. It's always so much fun to watch people play it, because people play Fiddle differently. Some people get really focused on the surprised ults, I feel, and others just, you know, they're just there as a little fear bot is basically it. And I'm excited to see it in the jungle. I love watching like those big ult 5-man ganks. They're so beautiful to see. Definitely,
yeah. TDE leaves. Jungler for TDE believes that Fiddlesticks is very strong right now, so gotta see if the character lives up to the hype. Diana on the other team for Art of War, though, going to be selected as well. Diana's been incredibly strong with the Sunfire Gnasher's Tooth build. The so-called Diana nerfs got nixed off the last pass notes, I believe, because they were actually buffs in disguise.
Yeah, and for anyone wondering about the bans, Art of War did lose 2 bans just for breaking the rules before this. So it's you know, all good, though. They're still making the most of it with what they've got.
Yeah, they took away the Gnar and the Veigar there. And on the other side, we got Kench and Lissandra, so some more of the lockdown characters taken out as well. Now, got to see what the 4th pick is going to be for Art of War. Spicy Yasuo combo, maybe? Does Guilty play it?
Ooh, I don't know about it, but I mean, it would be fun. Definitely would be fun. I mean, seeing Diana definitely makes me think that they're looking for something aggressive to go with it. That's what I would expect. If Aaron Ornn, I think, is a good start with that. Using the ults combo with the Diana, you know, dive and the Moonlight Vigil. It's just, it's a recipe for a really good setup play. Even also with Kalista Renata, you still have some good opportunities here. So a lot of this feels like it is set up around Art of War for the Diana to be the big like playmaker in this team.
Yeah, and I do kind of like that. You have the res from Renata helping out, like we mentioned before, so super good. Very aggressive team comp. And we have a Camille to match the Ornn in the lane, going to eventually be able to win the 1v1 on the side as well. I do like that as the answer. And if you're feeling extra saucy, you can try to interrupt Ornn's headbutt when he's trying to knock back his ultimate. So interesting pick there. A lot of skill expression available.
Yeah, let's see if they can pull it off. And ooh, a Heimer lock-in. Very quick too. I don't know how I feel about that though with the composition that they're running.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think that Pentakill Teemo Please is kind of lacking the primary engage. They have to land some kind of good Nautilus hook or have Camille just yeet herself into the enemy team to start off these fights here. I mean, I guess you can just walk them down with Sivir, but the kiting potential from Art of War seems pretty high right now, and it's only going to get higher with the Ahri locked in for the final pick as well.
So I think if PTP really wants to make the big play here, it's actually going to be very much about vision control this game. Because Fiddle, the Fiddle with the passive can easily hit 5 people with a fear, easy setup for something. I mean, there's not a lot of like big CC follow-up besides Nautilus, but still, gives them time to pick off a target, maybe the Diana or the Kalista, someone that they like just a priority target. So if I'm them, I definitely think they need to get a lot of red trinkets this game, just roam around, clear as much vision as you can, set up this Fiddlesticks and play through that. I think that's really PTP's only path to victory through here. Because Art of War's comp just looks really set up for a big fight.
Well, I think that PTP also has the option to play the split as well. You've got Heimer to clear waves and stall out while Camille's in the side lane, just tearing the turrets apart, right? I think that's one other thing that they can try to go for, but it is also much harder to execute.
That's fair. That is fair. We'll have to see, though, as we're getting ready to load into this. I think it's going to go to Art of War. Ultravox, who do you think it's going to?
I am going to favor Art of War, but Ariri, man, is he paying his players enough? We got to find that out before I let him win this one for free. Either way, we're on the Rift right here. PTP versus AWE. Both teams are just running it down mid. Let's see what they're able to find.
Alrighty, let's go.
Trash.
Ooh.
Has to flash immediately. There it is, Sandara. He's got the Hex Flash as well, so being down a flash, not a big deal to this guy at all.
Yeah, that was pretty close. I honestly thought Trash was just gonna eat that hook right there, but flashes the very last second out of it. Otherwise, would have been a very cheesy but good start for PTP running it down. Oriri.
They see him? Yeah, he could get hooked, but no, Sandara will not go for it. Oriri gets the ward for free, and they do know that it has been placed. Regardless, it does seem like Total Trash is going to be starting on the bot side. They will be able to track Gandorfs just a little bit more accurately here. Doesn't seem like he does. He doesn't really seem like he knows what to do.
Yeah.
They're gonna sweep it. Okay.
Yeah, he's just gonna use the sweeper early. I think he was hoping maybe there was somewhat thing he could do to save it, but ran out of options there. So between the plays that happened, I think that the flash is actually much more impactful not being on the Diana. She doesn't really have a lot of setup besides like the QEE combo to start out a fight, especially early on. So, it's gonna make it a little bit more difficult for her to gank. I mean, she's got to also hit the Q2 ball. The Nautilus, the Hex Flash, really easy to just utilize that lane, hide in a bush, flash over some minions, smack Renata or Kalista in the face and hold them still with that anchor.
Yeah, 100%. You still got to be watching out if your letters are a Riri here. You can't afford to give up much pressure, and that's exactly what they are not doing. They are maintaining their dominance in this lane. Kalista Renata able to just run you down levels 2 and beyond, so want to see the full-out aggression that Kalista unlocks from these AD carry players.
Yeah, I want to see a little bit more aggression here. I mean, they're doing good so far, but gotta get some more damage pressure on them. You can push them into the turret, but Sivir's still got some pretty good clear. It's gonna hurt like the first wave or two, and then she's gonna pick up, a dagger, pickaxe after a couple minutes, and then it's really gonna need more than just push the wave in and just passively let it sit. So I want to see them get a little bit more poke, be a little bit more aggressive in the lane. I think you can do that with Renata into Nautilus, despite his hooks. And ooh, close right there. See, they're aiming for looking for the aggression now.
I like it. I like it. Ariri, he's very comfortable on the Renata pick as well. Has played it a lot in the past. Yeah, want to see him utilize that poke, like you were saying. Use the Renata E to just hit through these minions, but also got to worry about pushing the wave. Now, let's take a look at where the junglers are right now. Gandorf's clearing his blue, and we've got Total Trash starting to head towards that quadrant of the jungle. Already got the red buff. He drops the ward. Will not spot the Fiddlesticks, but instead just starts up the crab. He's got Biggest Dickus there for the backup in the top lane if he needs it. All safe for Total Trash.
Yeah, and
bot lane. Yeah, nice hook there. Slowed down. Letters is just going to be jumping forward with the spears, getting a lot of damage on the Let's Do Vayno. There's the rip. Spears come out, and the ignite is ticking. Sundara will take a little bit of damage as well. Heal from Sivir ends up saving the day for the bot lane of Pentakill Teemo Please, though.
Now trying to bait use the Sivir shield on the Ren, but doesn't time it quite right. And
Ariri, he's flashing forward. There's the slows again. Sundara doing his best, slowing down Letters, taking some damage here. Let's do Vayno. And Letters are both very low right now.
Letters almost died right there.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful. He's got sub 100 HP. Total Trash going to be jumping in, but there's not enough damage to finish off the Nautilus. Sivir and Sundara both sticking around down there.
I think they're looking for a dive.
Yeah, very, very precarious here. Total Trash walking up. Are they going to commit? Just dancing around. No, and it looks like they're walking away. They don't want it.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be wise to try diving there. They almost died just from the ricochet, and if one ricochet bounce hits and that turret, and they don't juggle the aggro right, very easy just to lose everyone there. So smart play, play it safe, don't give them that big lead that they're looking for, and just back off. You still shove the wave into the turret, it's bounced back, it's now kind of pushing back in. It's all good, you know, it's all right. It's a smart play to do.
Yeah, definitely. You risk just coin flipping the game at however many minutes, 4 minutes right there. It would have been terrible. And you know what? For the side of PTP, despite all the pressure, they're actually not coming out that far behind. It's even a slight CS lead for Let's Do Vayno on the Sivir right here compared to Letters, so not a problem at all for PTP.
And Dickus is down in the top lane too. There's just getting little leads around the map. The only place that's really even is mid lane, which is honestly a little surprising considering how lane dominant Heimer is, but this shows you how comfortable Guilty is on the RE.
Yeah, definitely. I like to see the pressure there in the mid lane. I want to see Guilty get around the map more. I know Heimerdinger makes it really hard, but maybe he can try to unlock a Riri and start roaming around. That's just the thing I love to see most out of FOF teams, is how they're able to use early macro pressure.
That's of watching all the fun, like, unique picks. There's some picks that, you know, you just don't just see in purple. You don't get to see the Heimer. You really don't get to see the Fiddle that often. It's nice to get to see those every once in a while in a competitive match.
Yeah. You know, when it's organized and everybody's on the same page. I totally feel you. That's why we really liked Bob Joseph on TDE last season. He was trying to go for unique picks in every game.
I remember there was back in the LCL, it was a couple of years ago, one of their mid laners, the one that went to Worlds, ended up playing a different champion almost every single game of the split. Ooh, fight breaking out.
Yeah, Sundara getting the hook onto Letters here, but the Ignite is burning away at his health bar. Has to try to get out of there, and Total Trash cannot catch up to finish off the Nautilus. Instead, Dragon's going to be on the table for AWE, so this time they are going to get something out of their pressure. But we got Gandorfs, the pro DH, in range to try to contest this potentially. Let's see what they opt to do.
Sticking around in the bottom lane, they're starting to come up, I think. And you see the Fiddle coming over. I don't think they're going to get there in time. There's just too many spears in that thing.
Yeah, oh, he launches the turrets over. That's very cute, but the Dragon was already pulled away.
How tilted do you think Awe would be if they lost the Dragon to a Heimer turret getting pushed over the wall?
That's one of the ones that makes you want to just turn off your computer. You know, it's a good way to make sure they never not pull out the Dragon again, though. They will always remember that.
That would have been great. But I was saying earlier about that LCL play. So he did play a different champion almost every game, including Heimerdinger. He was in that list, and they just stomped their way through the league, surprisingly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Yeah, I respect the hustle.
Yeah, then they got to Worlds, and I'm pretty sure they didn't win a single game, but, you know, it happens.
A little less respectful, but still cool. You know, they got their branding. It's all good. It's all good.
They got the brand, yeah. Now, you know, it's still almost even in this game. You know, it's basically dead even. 100 gold difference, not very much, and you know that's bad for PTP. We talked in Champions Select, like their comp does not do as well late game, especially in team fights. I feel as Oz, so they've really got to try to push the lead, get some big leads on the Heimer, get them on the Fiddlesticks, the Camille, just get them ahead. Otherwise, this is gonna get a little bit painful for PTP. Ooh.
Yeah, oh, speaking of painful for PTP, Gandorf's under attack, total trash. Flies in, pulls him back. First blood goes over to a Riri, collecting that one. Now it's gonna be Tadeu's escaping under the turret. And they've already got letters up here to start attacking the Herald. What fantastic movements from AWE. This is exactly what I was talking about before.
Yeah, as we were saying, PTP needs to start trying to look for something to happen. Makes the first move of the game. Fades the top side. Gandorf's unfortunately doesn't really have any escape options except the ult. And, well, that's unfortunately got a little channel to it, so he does go down. Now, Herald's down over to the side of Awe. They've got the kill. They got the first dragon. Things are looking pretty good for them right now.
Yeah, definitely. AWE is in a fantastic spot in this match. I think that Total Trash has been putting on a much better performance compared to Gandorf's this game. Seems like there's been a lot of pressure around bot side. We've got Dragon and Herald going over to AWE, and it seems like Gandorf's has just kind of been farming, still trying to get this double clear on the Gromp of the blue, and now he's ulting over. Now he's doing something, trying to take down Vigus Deacus. There's the Camille from over the wall. Hextech Ultimatum comes out. The auto attack seals the deal, and Vigus Deacus is taken down.
Just doesn't know about the vision right there. Loses his life to play so all for a ward. Tragic, but does get 2 ultimates out of it at least. Keeps his flash, knows he's not getting out of there. And the gold now in favor of PTP a little bit. Swings back. What just happened? They're rotating everyone mid right now for PTP. I wonder if something's up.
Yeah, maybe they want to try to make something happen. I do like trying to use the Nautilus. Just all the CC he's got available at his disposal, but Total Trash is just walking forward fearlessly. They're giving so much respect to the side of AWE. Full vision control here as well, or as soon as Ariri clears this ward. There's the lockdown, the handshake, and the hostile takeover. Sundara's got to auto-attack his teammates, and here comes the damage. Knock up on the letters, though, and it will be PTP trying to disengage this. They're trying to kite it out. Sundara goes down. Let's Do Vandal, though, is on the chase. Will be burning. Handshake does hit. Flash forward from Total Trash to try to seal this fight out, and it's almost going over. Gandorf's rend it apart, and it's a blowout for Art of War.
What a beautiful fight and beautiful juggle of aggro there by Awe. I thought with the way that started, it wasn't going to go quite well, but they hit 2 with the Renato, the combo 2 into the Diana ult. And here, you know, it looks like Awe might actually lose this fight. They take out the Nautilus, but they're all so very low. But Ariri with a beautiful hook just knocks them back, stuns them up, gives Trash time to get in there, helps get letters down, take out Vanal. And now with that, Gandorf's looks like he might have, once his spells are down, there's just really nothing else Fiddlesticks can do. And it cost them 3 for nothing. Just really, really well playing that fight.
Yeah. Oh, man. And it was so sad because we saw Vanal just was out of mana as well. If they just had one more Q, that could have been so different. But now, like you said, it's a 1.5k gold difference starting to go in AWE's favor. They've got the dragon on the board as well, and they're looking very dominant in this game.
This has been pretty hype so far. I'm really liking Art of War this season. They're pretty good. Honestly, like, we're only seeing 2 games of them so far, but they're looking pretty good right now. Ariri seems to have finally put together that team that they've been paying him to put together for 2 seasons now.
So much effort put in by one man to cultivate the perfect roster of 5 League of Legends players that somehow always includes himself. But yeah,
do you think he pays himself?
I think he does pay himself. You know, there's probably some like PayPal transaction of him paying one account to the other just to make it official.
Light money laundering here in FOF.
Just a little bit. But with this brief lull in AWE's pressure, now it's up to PTP to try to secure this dragon. Sundara, though, the first one to fall to the approaching Art of War team. Diana in the backline gets a big ultimate, stays alive with the bailout as well. Finally goes down to Vanal and the Pro DH. But again, it is a 3-for-1 in favor of Art of War. And man, this is going to be hard to overcome.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get the dragon too, but PTP manages to just get it there. But the fiddle ult, though, 4 people in that fiddle ult really looked like, you know, Total Trash is just going to die for nothing in that, and that the fight could turn, but the Renato gives him just enough time. I mean, not the Renato, so the Renata W gives him enough time for his targets to die, to resurrect him, to let him continue that chase. He goes down like right after, but it's enough time for the rest of his team to catch back up and finish the hunt. And while they don't get the dragon, I'll take 3 kills for 1 in a dragon. I'll take that, especially for just 1 Cloud Drake.
I take it any day of the week. They're starting to build that gold lead up. Diana, Total Trash, he's 4-1-3, approaching the Sunfire Cape. That will make him nigh unkillable and still able to output a tremendous amount of damage. So really, really great for Total Trash. He's going to be just a monster throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, he is just becoming such a strong Diana right now. He's going with the Sunfire build that we've seen so many Dianas do right now in the meta. Just such a good item on her. And once that's online with that Nasher, it's basically all Diana's gonna need to rip through the rest of this team.
Yeah.
Lineup.
100%. It's gonna be so hard to stop Total Trash as you move through here. The one saving grace is that Heimerdinger is a premier anti-engage character, but it just seems like there's no money in his pockets. He's barely getting this Leandres. He's got the stopwatch as well in his pocket. Moving towards the hourglass eventually. Hold that thought, those letters is going to get engaged on. Sundara just moving way too aggressively. What was that?
Yeah, that's just I autopiloted kind of move right there. Just walks in the mid lane, doesn't even get really a hook. Just kind of falls over flat and dies.
Yeah.
You know, wake up call. It's just a wake up call. You know, it's early in the season. Everyone's got to just, you know, wake up. And ooh, speaking of wake up, Gandorf's waking up on the wrong side of the jungle.
Yeah, Total Trash using the lead, putting a lot of pressure on Gandorf's. Gandorf's, he's been farming the whole time. He's starting to clear up this CS gap. But, I mean, you're still just down so much here. Second Herald spawns, and AWE is immediately on it. They know exactly what they want to do in this game. And, man, you got to respect that.
Yeah, they've just got this whole game on lockdown right now. Second Herald, such a big thing to get. Use it to break one of these turrets, probably the mid turrets. You can finally get a little bit more control, push your vision line up a little bit. Ooh, Sundara almost.
Oh my god, those rockets a foot off to the right do not hit anybody. Meanwhile, in the top lane, though, it's a 1v1 between Tadeus and Biggest Deakus. Flash forward from Tadeus. One more Cho'Gath ultimate key. Camille Q will do it. Divine Sunderer will win the matchup versus the tank character.
Yeah, the one shining spot right now for the side of PTP is the top side. Deakus is losing this. Tadeus is just kind of wrecking him right now in this lane, but it hasn't been able to really transition into much. Hasn't gotten that turret. Hasn't been able to like really assist in any fights.
Yeah. Starting to put some work in on the turret now, though. Will fall eventually. I would have liked to see, you know, Gandorf's up there, maybe trying to punish the Ornn early game, but was very difficult for them to maneuver around the map. We do have the endless wave clear duel in the mid lane now. 80 carry up in here, and Heimerdinger on the opposing side, so that's just going to be a clear lane for the rest of the game.
That's also really why they need this Herald. They need to use it to break open the mid, because they're not going to push that Heimer down. He's just too difficult to be able to clear, and if Sivir can get some items on her, she can also help with it and just drag it out until a fight is forced. or or just become so big he can just tank the whole turret. But that's just dragging out the game at that point. Not really bringing much for PTP other than delaying, but feels like it could be inevitable with how the pace of this game is going so far.
Yeah, it's just AWE has so much control over this bot side. They're starting to establish vision inside of the PTP jungle, and as a result of that, they'll be able to get this upcoming Dragon too. I'd love to see them put some more aggressive vision and really try to look for picks while Gandorf is trying to move around inside of his own jungle, because he's just so squishy. He's easy to punish as of right now. Like you said, in Champion Select, it's the vision game from here out, and I want to see AWE be more aggressive with it.
Yeah, it feels like they're just stuck on defense with their vision. They're not really able to get much outside of just the edges of their own jungle, and even then, it's still pretty hard for them to do. So they've almost got the top turret, though. So there's a little bright spot here. Taking it down, Dragon getting low.
Very low here. Smite from Diana does secure it. We got ultimates traded back and forth, and nobody will go down, but could be a prime position to drop the Herald in the mid lane. Gandorf's very low here. Probably can't join the fight. So here comes Shelly to start knocking down turrets in the top lane. We got the 1v1 once again. Vegas Deacus, he's running for his life. He will be trapped in the Hextech ultimatum, though. Calls in the Forge God Ram, knocks up Tadeusz, and he's trying to finish him off, but it will not be enough. There's the kill coming in for the Camille player once more.
Yeah, but here comes the rest of Awe. They're looking for it.
Yeah, they sent just about everybody up here. Hookshot cannot get enough distance, and Total Trash picks up another kill.
And Deacus gets the assist at least. He almost had that fight, but that very first Q he took unanswered, just Q2 way too much right there. It's like getting hit with a boulder. I don't know why they gave her knives for feet. She just have boulders on her feet and just kicks them with that. It definitely hurts to get hit by that. But 1 for 1 right now. Pressure in the mid turret. It's looking good. A little bit up for PTP.
Yeah, they get a little bit of damage off there as a result of AWE sending everybody to top and then resetting. So, just the slightest mismanagement of map movements there. Now we have the combo, Sivir and Heimerdinger in mid lane. Oh boy!
Yeah, the I'm never gonna push this past wherever they're standing. Just so hard to push through a Sivir and a Heimer. I will say that's the only thing I didn't miss about non-poke Sivir, just attack speed Sivir, is just how annoying it is to push against her.
Yeah. It's real tough. It's real tough, and Sivir has been so predominant in FOF so far this season. One of the picks we've seen pretty much every game, right? Or almost every game. Does it have 100% presence so far? Do you know?
I don't think it does. I'd have to go double check. I'm probably missing one of the games, but I don't think it quite does. But it's just like, Sivir's like Zeri here, and like it is like Zeri's in pro. It's this champion that everyone just picks because they're comfortable on it, and it feels really strong in this.
Yeah, definitely. Sundara trying to clear that ward there instead. Takes about 1,000,000 spears to the face, and he can't get it. That's so sad.
Oh, very close. So eventually, eventually he'll be able to get enough spears in him.
Yeah, Letters almost finished him off. Just a few more spears would have done it, maybe. Now, we're starting to change up the lane assignments too. Biggest Deacus holding down the bot lane, once again contesting Tadeusz, but seems like just losing the 1v1 over and over again. I would have liked to see Tadeusz go for maybe Ravenous Hydra second. I think that would have been pretty good this game, because they are getting bodied in the team fights. That's no secret. Maybe playing the split playing aside, getting a little bit of extra wave clear would have been good too.
Yeah, and I think they should be trying to run a 1-3-1 here. Like, I don't think you need, like, while we've been joking about it, I really don't think you need Sivir and Heimer in one lane together. Like, they've already got a ridiculous amount of clear as an individual. And if you're both there, there's no one to match the Ahri up in this top side here. And look at, like, they set the Heimer up finally, but she got that wave all the way to the turret before they even responded to it. So, it's better just to leave it kind of how they are getting it set up now. I'm hoping they keep it this way, because if they don't, if they keep grouping up, the split's oddly enough just going to go over to Awe, because you just have to send one person over to go do something.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I couldn't agree with you anymore. You want to split up this wave clear, you know, you're just getting reduced gold and experience values by keeping those two characters grouped up when they could just be so much more efficient in the other lane. So I like what they're starting to pull off now. This is good. We've got the Pro DH teleporting back to top lane to still try to contest that push, still try to maintain this turret up there in the top side. And things are still quiet while AWE sets up for this next dragon. They're sweeping out the river, but I'll say it again, I want them to get some deeper vision.
Yeah, I think they have the space here that they can go and get deeper vision. It's not like they're really like behind, still a 3,000 gold difference, so they is a little close, but I feel if you have Diana and Renata here, you could just invade, and I don't think they really have anyone that can match you unless all four of them just abruptly show up, which, you know, you see one already mid in the map, you see one top, I think you're fine. But there they go, getting that deep vision. Starting to stack up this Ocean Dragon. If they get on to Soul Point here, it could be... that's going to be just awful if they get Soul. That's an Ocean Soul for Awe.
For Tank Diana.
Yeah, oh, for Tank Diana. But also, like, even Thaddeus trying to duel Deakus, it's going to be really difficult. If he can just heal up every time you hit him, and even Fiddle ult's not going to be that strong, but ooh, guilty.
Great charm here in onto the Fiddlesticks. Will go golden, but will summarily fall right there to Guilty. Huge hostile takeover too. They're trying to chase down the rest of Pentakill team up, please. Guilty's taking a lot of damage. Let's do Vayno kiting as best as they can, but they will fall. He's extremely quickly as well. Now it's Tadeu's the one DPS character left alive. Pro DH. Heimerdinger is not going to be able to do too much. Gets charmed up again. It's a tour de force from Art of War Esports. They will tear apart PTP and start closing this game out.
Yeah, and just as we're talking about Fiddlesticks, you know, not being able to blow them up with Ocean, he's not going to be able to blow them up either if he just gets caught like that. Gets taken out just immediately at the beginning of this fight. And from there, it's just a rout for Awe, chasing down to get to Vayno. Vayno actually looks like he might have a chance here with the bounces, but doesn't get quite enough. And Thaddeus trying to make something happen, trying to maybe pick up one, but just can't with how much damage this Diana puts out. From there, it's just chase him down. Thundara at least manages to go away. They prevent the ace, but all four carries, all of them walking just too close to the river. Once your Fiddle's caught like that, I think it's just time to bail. But they don't. And they lose a turret. They're probably going to lose an inhibitor for this too. Oh, just such a good position right now in this game.
Wholeheartedly agreed. Takes down the turret, takes down the inhibitor as well. Will put a lot more pressure. You know, you have the wave clear characters, but still a tough time clearing through super minions without a lot of gold. Baron should be the next thing on the menu for AWE as they continue here. They don't have to do it immediately. They can take some backs. I like that. And they will have the game solely in their hands. They just have to figure out how they're going to finish off PTP here.
I have a feeling it's going to revolve around waiting just a couple minutes, getting that Ocean Soul, and just calling it good from there. I think that's the key to it. Once they get the Ocean Soul, it's just the game is over. And so it's going to be on PTP to just continue challenging all of these dragons, try to get a pick before it gets ready to spawn so they can at least lower this to a 5v4. They want to have any chance in a fight. Maybe try to find Total Trash. I feel like his positioning has been really good, so might not be the option. Maybe Guilty. He's off there. Doing the split might be a good choice to look for. But yeah, they're not going to win these 5v5s at this point. It's just too big a lead for the side of Awe, and just too strong a composition for fights. I really do think they need to find a pick here.
Yeah, definitely. And today he's trying to play the side lane, doing what we said that he should be doing. We'll get slowed down by Total Trash. Maybe if you're really, really confident, you can say, let's do Baron here. We have Sivir, we have Heimer, we saw Diana bot side, but PTP is not going to call that. They instead will take this mid turret, get the bounty going. Baron's still on the table, and Total Trash is just hovering bot, trying to punish Tadeu's. Top lane turret finally goes down to Guilty, which will free up the Ahri to move around a little bit more.
Yep, now it's just a slow chokehold on the map. Try to push down this bottom side before Dragon spawns or get the wave pushing. They can crash it. These is waves positioned so that any big fight that breaks out, if they win it, it's going to be a march down to victory here.
Yeah, Baron and End is the name of the game now. Sundara under attack. There's the charm coming in from Guilty. Total Trash following right up. The Diana ultimate goes wide though. Total Trash flashes forward to try to finish this. Gets hooked backwards, exhausted by Vanal. The Sivir able to put out some damage here. Tadeus, meanwhile, in the top side. I'm in the bot side, excuse me. Back at it. Still trying to push out a little bit more. AWE backing off. They might be starting Baron, but no, they're just wandering around, trying to decide what to do.
Yeah, trying to figure out if they should just stay here, maybe look for a pick, or turn around and just back up. Everyone getting there's a couple people pretty low for this.
Yeah, they decided on a bush gank here. Nothing's gonna come of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna clear turrets and back.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, but they get the Heimer ult out of it, so I guess that's something.
Yeah, just a little, you know, the slightest, the tiniest of consolation prizes. What's the cooldown on that? It's a minute. I see you, spectator. You check that too.
Yeah.
It's a 54-second cooldown, so not that bad. Not that bad at all.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. It's just it's the moral victory. You know, that's what they're looking for there. It's a little moral victory of we managed to make them burn an ult, even just for a split second of a cooldown.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have Dragon coming up again in just a few minutes here. That's going to be it for the Dragon Soul. This is going to be the deciding fight. AWE really wants to close this out, and it could be PTP's last chance to try to come back into this. They are 5k gold down, though. They're not making anything happen, and it seems like it's just a slow burn so far.
Yeah, I think they're just going to... I mean, it looks like they're kind of trying to challenge for the dragon, but also they're just getting like bullied out of any control of vision in this, and I wouldn't try to really risk it out that vision game. But the Gandorf is here. The teleport's coming in from Pro HD. They're looking like not Pro HD, sorry, Tadeus. Looks like they're going to contest it.
Yeah, they will be trying to contest it here. Gandorf's looking for the ultimate angle over the wall. They get a big Crow Storm. Might be able to do something. Look at the Heimerdinger turrets. They're burning down the dragon so fast. Here's the call of the Forge God, though, alongside the hostile takeover. Will mostly go wide in the Crow Storm, able to hit a lot of people. The HP bars are starting to drop, though, on the side of PTP. They just don't have enough damage to finish out this fight. It looked good, but the wallets were not big enough. Now, it's Sundara that will fall down next. Vanal, the last member alive, takes down Ariri on the way out, flashes away from the charm, but Guilty's got another Spirit Rush and one more in the back pocket too, saving it just to catch up, and Vanal will fall down for the ace. AWE taking that fight, taking the Dragon Soul, and they will be taking the Nexus as well.
Yeah, massive fight there from AWE. PTP thought they found their moment, had burned all these ultimates, thought, hey, we fiddle ulted onto 5 people, we've got this, but unfortunately they're just too far behind, and it is gonna be moving up to 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 for AWE, a fantastic start to the season for them. Ariri must be ecstatic alongside the rest of his players. Definitely had that one in the bag, so I liked what I saw.
I did too. That team looked just so clean. It's something you just love to see, especially this early on in the season as this team is still learning how to play together. Absolutely fantastic performance from their side. And PTP, rough first week, but I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah, they've got plenty of time to get things under control to start coming on back here. And speaking of coming on back, that's what you all should do in just a second. We're going to be heading out, but the next game will come up in just a little bit. So, be right back.